All right, so are you ready to dive in? Because I am, because we are talking AI that can practically host podcasts, and it's getting hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, it's really incredible how fast this tech is evolving. We've come a long way from those like basic robotic voices, right? Like now we're talking about AI that can actually synthesize information and like present it in these really engaging
Yeah, and
ways.
that's where Google's NotebookLM comes in, right? This is about way more than just sounding human.
Right.
This is like thinking like us too, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I mean, think of it like having a superpowered research assistant.
Oh, wow.
Like you could upload a stack of documents like articles, notes, even audio recordings,
Okay.
up to 50 of them.
Wow, that's a lot.
NotebookLM takes it all in and then synthesizes those key takeaways.
So let's say I'm trying to make sense of a dense research paper. I
Right.
could feed it to NotebookLM along with like related podcast episode and even my own notes.
Exactly.
And then boom, it just generates this summary that connects all the dots for
Yep.
me.
Exactly. And it can even pull out the most relevant quotes for you.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
It gets even cooler.
Okay.
Think about students using NotebookLM to make their textbooks more engaging.
Okay.
Instead of just reading about the solar system, they could upload images, listen to a recording of Holst's The Planets alongside the text, and then NotebookLM could create this interactive presentation, synchronizing the music with visuals of each planet,
Wow.
making learning a multi-sensory experience.
See, that's what I'm talking about, bringing learning to life.
Mm-hmm.
And Google says they don't use any of the content we upload for their own purposes. So your data stays private.
Exactly.
But this whole thing makes you wonder about the competition, right? It's like Meta's got its chatbot, OpenAI's got voice mode,
Yeah.
even Apple's stepping up its game with Siri and Alexa. It's like an AI arms race.
It is. And what's so fascinating is that NotebookLM, even though it's still in beta, it represents this significant leap in what we call multimodal AI.
Multimodal AI.
Yeah, so imagine AI that can understand and work with different types of information, text, audio, images, all at the same time,
Okay.
just like our own brains.
Oh, wow.
That's the power of NotebookLM.
Okay, now that is seriously impressive. It makes you realize just how quickly things are changing. With Google's TPUs supposedly overloaded from all the demand for these AI capabilities, they're onto something big here. Could this be the next killer app in AI? Like the one that changes everything? It's pretty wild to think, right? Like this one tool could totally revolutionize how we learn, do research, even just like experience things, you
Yeah.
know, like music or art.
Yeah, and it's not even just about like making things more efficient or whatever. I mean, NotebookLM could really level the playing field. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like giving everyone access to these super powerful research tools and capabilities.
Right.
Imagine a student in like a rural community having access to the same resources as someone at like Harvard or something.
Yeah, okay. Now that's exciting, but this whole world of AI voices, it's raising some red flags too, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Like we've already got companies licensing celebrity voices for their AIs. What happens when, like, you can have Morgan Freeman narrate your grocery list,
Yeah.
even though it's just an AI?
It's definitely blurring the lines of what's real and what's not. And it's really interesting how NotebookLM fits into this whole thing because it's not just about mimicking existing voices. It's about generating completely new ones.
Oh, wow.
Google says they're working on making those AI-generated voices sound even more natural and human-like.
So are we headed for a future where you literally can't even tell the difference between a real voice and one made by a computer? Because that's kind of creepy.
It's definitely a question a lot of people are asking, and it's something that's causing a lot of debate right now.
Right.
And it goes way beyond just entertainment, too. Like, I'm thinking about educational material narrated by AI, or even like audiobooks. Will people actually listen to a book read by a computer, even if it sounds like a real person?
That's a good point.
Hmm.
Will we start to put more value on certain voices,
You know.
like a rare recording or something?
It's possible. And what about voice actors and narrators? How do they fit into all of this? Will they need to adapt and find new ways to offer their skills?
Whoa, you're really making me think here. It's like we're on the verge of this massive change, but we have no idea what's waiting on the other side.
Mm.
Here's the thing. While all these other companies are like hyper-focused on making their AI sound human, NotebookLM is going a step further right.
Right.
It's not just about the sound, it's about what it can do.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important distinction to make because while being able to like perfectly copy a human voice is impressive, the real game changer is going to be AI that can understand, process, and synthesize information just like NotebookLM can.
So you're saying NotebookLM could be the key to like this whole new level of learning and understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has that potential, and that's incredible exciting. Imagine if everyone had access to this kind of technology.
But what about all those concerns people have about AI replacing human jobs? Like what happens to teachers if AI can just create a customized lesson plan for every student?
I mean, yeah, it's a valid concern for sure, but what if instead of AI, like, replacing us actually helps us, you know? Like, what if it empowers us to be even better at what we do?
I like that a lot, actually, yeah. Like, AI could free up educators to focus on things like mentorship and fostering creativity and, all those other things that make us human that AI just can't replicate, right? Because at the end of the day, NotebookLM is just a tool, right?
Mhm.
And like any tool, it can be used in a bunch of different ways.
Uh-huh.
It all comes down to us and how we decide to use it.
Exactly. It's not about being replaced by technology. It's about using it to our advantage,
Wow.
to make things better.
So for everyone listening, what does this all actually even mean? I feel like we've covered a ton today,
Mhm.
from how NotebookLM works to like its potential impact on everything like education, the future of work.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot. But the main takeaway here is that NotebookLM is really pushing the limits of what AI can do. It's making information more accessible and way more engaging than ever before.
for sure. And it's bringing up these really important questions about what's real, what's not, the value of human expertise, and what it even means to learn in a world surrounded by AI.
Right. And these are the questions we really need to be thinking about, especially with this technology evolving so quickly.
It's not enough to just, keep up with the latest gadgets and apps. We have to understand how these technologies are shaping our world.
And our place in it. Exactly.
So as we start to wrap up this deep dive into the world of NotebookLM, we want to leave you with this technology. It really has the potential to revolutionize so much, from how we learn to how we work and even just how we see the world around us.
But at the end of the day, it's up to us and the choices we make today that will determine its impact.
Will we embrace these new possibilities or will we shy away from change?
Mm,
You know, it's up to every single one of us to decide.
and that's something worth thinking about.
It really is. Well, that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.